Good morning. Good morning. How is everyone doing today? Oh, good morning. Yes. So it probably looks really dark by me, the shifts of seasons. It is definitely a slower start here as far as daylight goes. So I have my lighting on. There we go. But it is I'm trying to jazz it up a little bit. Okay. So good morning. I wanted to pop in. I was doing a few things here this morning. I was supposed to be sitting down to meditate when I got this amazing idea, and I wanted to share it here with all of you. So I'm going to be putting in the description. This video is, let me pull up my note because I copy and pasted it. The invisible impact your beliefs are having in your life, your day-to-day work, your manifesting practice, your stress levels, and how you feel. Okay, let's dive in. So I was making my little post-it notes of things that I wanted to cover today. I love using post-it notes. We talk about this in the Goddess Schedule call when people come to work with me. This is just so valuable. And inspiration has already struck this morning because of my post-it note practice. So that's not enough peace for you. Um, so as ideas start to float in, because I am a generator in human design. Those of you that follow human design, I am a generator, so I'm always getting ideas. The thing is not all of the ideas can I do, right? Like there's just no way. That's how many ideas they're just constantly floating in. So I have my post-it note practice to really help me manage when when that idea really comes through for me. So as a generator, I need to wait to respond. And this actually came up on a coaching call yesterday. And this can be, well, that's a whole other topic. But so one of the ways that I deal with how many ideas I get is my post-it note practice, and it's so inspiring. So this is what happened this morning. So I was I made a note for myself about, it was beliefs, and I did a reel a while back. Maybe I'll post it in the group. But anyway, coming back to beliefs. So I was making my post-it note practice list this morning, and I was like, okay, I need to write 2 emails that have really been on my heart, but I haven't made the space for, just lots of things happening, lots of things going on. I just haven't committed to doing it. So, and now it's like, this is the time. This is the time to be doing this email. So as I was writing it down, I noticed in my body of like, oh, this is going to take so long to do these 2 emails. And I instantly noticed the belief of probably about a minute later. So first thing I noticed was, oh, this is going to take so long. And I instantly started to feel a little stress of like, I have calls, I have my coursework I want to work on. I want to update some modules inside Becoming Magnetic because I got a few folks in there right now. And I'm like, oh. I started to feel my body start to do the stress response thing. And I started to notice, and like, drop in the comments, like how do you de-stress, or how do you handle your stress? And I'm going to share with you right now how I do this for me. Okay. So, but I want to hear from you because we all have amazing ways to do this. And so drop in the comments to this video, like, what's your favorite way to de-stress? My favorite way to de-stress is to uncover the beliefs. Okay, it's to uncover what's going on here that I'm feeling the stress in the first place. And that's what led me to realize, wait a second, what's the belief here? And the belief was, this is going to take a really long time, which then, and I felt which lowered my energy. So now I'm impacting my manifesting practice. Now I'm impacting my body because I can feel the stress starting to bubble up, all from I had an idea. I went to go write it down. Ugh, in comes the belief. Then with the felt, how my body felt with that's going to take a long time. You're going to be in there correcting yourself, like, just like, because I just like free write everything and then I have to like organize and move things around. That's just my process of writing. And sometimes it does take me some time. But anyway, the belief was there and it instantly, my belly dropped. I felt the stress. I felt all of it shifting and moving, and it was unreal. And I'm like, wait a second, hold on. Is this belief true? What am I setting my day up for here just from having this belief, just from having the awareness pop forward of, oh, this is going to take a long time. And all of the things that belief begins to impact, all of like my energy, now the inspiration idea doesn't feel as good anymore. And I wonder, right, like, and then like I don't even wonder, like, is this what starts leading to procrastination, right? Like, it's not having the idea, but it's like, is this what's leading to procrastination? It's not like the idea is amazing, the topic is amazing, the email will write itself, but my brain is like, oh, that's going to take a long time, and then the body follows, right? Like, or you feel the and then you're like, oh, that's going to take a long time, right? So it's understanding and recognizing these beliefs, these old beliefs that no longer serve us, so that we can kick them to the curb, right? And rewrite the new belief that we do want to come forward. And for me, I want, like, how do I, and I really feel like that this is the question of like, how do you want whatever the thing is that you're doing? Like, for me, the example is writing these emails. Like, how do I want these emails to feel as I'm writing them? I want it to be easy. I want it to just flow through me, right? I just want it to be something that is just boom, it's done, it's received. I got the information out, and now someone can read it and receive it for themselves. Oh, and PS, by the way, your emails, like when we're writing them, like we think what we're writing, the way from our perspective is how our people are going to read them. And that is not true. Like, it's like they're going to like receive all of that, but they're also going to receive it through their lens. I had someone share with me in a couple of days ago, they were reading one of my emails and they got something completely different from it that I would never have even, I was like, oh, I could see how yes, it wasn't wrong. It wasn't anything. It was just someone else's lens. So yeah. So coming back to that. So if you're ever like, does this make sense? Like, what is this? Like, should I just start over? My advice, my suggestion, my consulting piece here, no. Like, you never know how someone is going to receive your email, your words. And so, but that's an aside. But really coming back to the importance of uncovering the beliefs, the importance of being present, and is it conscious? I like the word present better, because when you have that connection, when your body and mind are on the same page, when your mind has a thought, or you're just making a note and your body is writing something out and it's like, oh, this is gonna be an amazing idea, and then the brain kicks on, oh, that's gonna take so long, oh, that's gonna be such hard work, oh, do you really have time for that, oh, we've got a full day, whatever the stories, the beliefs, whatever turn on in that moment, they run silently on autopilot, whether you are conscious or present to it or not. They are running. And when we start to flex the muscle of tuning in, moment to moment, noticing, setting the intention in your life to just, I want to notice, what is the story here? What is going on? What am I noticing? When did that start? What was I doing? Rather than it, and like that is my method of de-stressing. Yes, sometimes it's like just get in the bathtub. Sometimes it's just, yes, go float in your pool, right? Sometimes it's like, okay, go for that walk. Yes, yes. And sometimes it's for my clients, coming into the receiving space in my home. It's just them, like that is their time uninterrupted on the table. They just get to lay there and have their body be their compass, and just let them just have that space to be present to what's coming through, right? This is that awareness and that power of connecting body and mind. This is the power of recognizing, what is this belief doing, and owning and fully standing that you are in charge of the thoughts and the words and how you feel throughout your day. It's no, like, I'm going to say this, I say this with love. It's going to sound a little harsh, and I don't mean it to, but it's got to be said. Like, you are in charge. No excuses. No excuses. You are in charge of how you want to feel. You are in charge of how you feel. You are in charge of the beliefs that are running through your mind, no matter who and where they came from. Now you are running the show. And when you're running the show, you need to run all of the show. And uncovering these unconscious beliefs that are running silently in the background, controlling your life, dictating your choices, dictating if you're going to write the email or not, dictating of, oh, it's going to be such hard work. And whether or not you go sit on the couch and, watch TV instead of write the email, or, those unconscious beliefs, when we're not present to them, when we're not tuning in. And I can hear you as well as like, okay, I'll tune in, I'll be able to hear and recognize them. But this is the thing, our patterns just overwrite them. They just overwrite. They will forget about it. We lose track. It's like when we put them into daily practice, when we put this into moment to moment practice, when you make the commitment, when you are like, I am uncovering these beliefs, I'm going to notice these moment to moment things, what was happening, what was noticing, that is what's going to make the shift. That's where you're going to start to uncover these beliefs moment to moment. This is where you're going to be like, oh, really coming into say and taking back control and charge of your life and how you want to feel. And if that email gets written, it's 100% up to you. And not just pushing through and fighting through, like, oh, because maybe this is one like, oh, you're so lazy, or, oh, like, of course you're going to procrastinate and do that tomorrow, or, oh, just do it tomorrow. Like, you're really busy today. Just do it tomorrow. It's totally fine, right? It's when you are present to what your stories are. It's when you're present to what those beliefs are, and when they come up, and when, like, what's happening in your life that they pop up, show up, right? Like, I remember, like, when I first started coaching, excuse me, when I first started coaching, and I would record the call and all the things and like get everything into a folder. But like, I would get off the call and I'd be like, oh, okay, I'll wait. I'll go back and do and upload the recording later. Or, okay, I'll go back and make those notes later. Okay, I'll go, right? Like, because, I, for whatever reason, whatever was coming up. But the thing was, is it was harder to go back later. It was harder to go back later. And I would just kick myself and like, okay, I am now present. Again, my energy is lower. I'm feeling the stress. I'm digging for information that was right there as soon as I got off that call. Now it's like within, a period of time, but uploaded, it's here, it's there, right? Like, these are the tweaks that get to be made to your day so that I'll do that later. You recognize, okay, what part of me right now, like, what's really going on here? And you get to uncover What does later mean, or I'll do that later? What is that signaling? What is that telling you? Now, if you're like, yes, I am recognizing myself in these beliefs, this is me. Yes, like, and how this impacts your day, and how this impacts your manifesting practice, and how this impacts your business, and what gets done and what doesn't, and how it can keep you cycling on the hamster wheel. We dive in, like, DM me, we dive into, I love beliefs. Like, I geek out on beliefs. It's such an important part of our lives. And if you're like, Laurie, yes, I see the impact that this is having, just direct message me. Let's, get on a call, and let's see, let's put together a program, or see what program I already have that would be amazing for you. Or maybe we make a hybrid, and we just create one just for you specifically. But really, it's about uncovering, like, what is actually causing your stress. I think that, no, that is like what, like, in some situations, like, I noticed my stress this morning starting to kick up. What was actually doing it was my beliefs. It was, and uncovering that belief in that moment was like, ooh, it puts me back in charge. It lets me choose. Okay, how much time do I want to set aside to this? What is this going to look? And from my post-it note practice is how this whole thing came forward. So if you want to learn your post-it note practice, you can reach out, and we can do that as well. I love to put it into the goddess schedule. We can, see what else comes up for you with that. Okay, so I hope you all have an amazing day. I hope this helps you really recognize and understand. People often will say, like, okay, beliefs, okay, I can do that another time. I need to go work on XYZ first. And then, because beliefs doesn't, people working on their beliefs, uncovering their unconscious beliefs, can often not feel as important as it actually is. But just from what I've talked about in these past 15 minutes, you can see, like, where it actually is the place to start. Uncovering those unconscious beliefs, kicking them to the curb, choosing the ones that you do want to have moving forward, taking back of your control of your day, taking control of how you want to feel, choosing to feel good, inspired, and to receive support in writing the email, in writing the posts, in whatever it is for your business, like whatever you're doing. Maybe it's that you need support with taking a break, right? Oh my gosh, maybe you need rest. And when you want to rest, the guilt kicks up, right? What's causing the guilt? Is it, for me, it would come back to my habits, patterns, and beliefs. Like, those unconscious beliefs would be running the show. My body was like, you need to take a break. But the unconscious patterns that I grew up with was hard work, work harder, work more, were running the show. And if you're not always driving and striving and working hard and responding when people reach out to you right away, like, so you can imagine, like, when you're told that, like, love my family, love them immensely, love my parents. But when you grow up with, like, the phone would ring, because my parents owned their own business, at 8 p.m. the phone would ring, hello, and they would answer it. They would take the call. It would be like 9:30 before they would get off. Okay, that appointment's booked. We're going to see them tomorrow. It's going to be all set. And it's like, I never saw that you could take a break. There was never any time that was permission of, like, okay, now you're in the time that's off. Now it's 8:30 p.m. Now you're off. There was never off time. I remember, anyway, it's not, I remember, like, my parents being on vacation and coming home from vacation. Like, there was never off time. So when you're raised like that, and maybe you can even identify with this, of, like, when I started my business, there was no off time. There was no downtime. I actually needed to hire a coach to support me and help me undo those habits, patterns, and beliefs, so that I could take time off, even when it didn't seem like I could. And that's how I worked through the guilt of, because even Even now, like my kids, like, it's been a battle, right? I opened my own business in 2014. Now I'm at a point like where it's like, okay, I'll take the day off. Okay, I rest. Okay, I do this, blah, 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 whatever it is. But before, like, it was no days off mentality. It was drive, drive, drive. But it was the beliefs that if I didn't, my business would fail. If I took time off, it meant that I was lazy. If I rested, it meant that I was lazy, or I wasn't doing enough or working hard enough. So if you're thinking that beliefs are something that goes on the back burner until you have more time, busting through your beliefs and uncovering your beliefs are actually the thing that's going to give you more time. Busting through your beliefs, your unconscious beliefs, patterns, and habits is going to be the thing that gives you more time. It's going to be the thing that like allows you to just exhale and take a break without feeling guilty, when you just really recognize that the only one driving you is you and what you believe. And the only one telling you you're lazy is you. And the only one telling you that you need to work harder is you. And the only one telling you that you need to strive, or, oh, my favorite, when you figure this out, then you'll be able to take breaks. Then you'll be able to rest. Then you'll have the money to be able to do it. It's actually as you rest that the money comes in. Like I signed a client right after I took a day off in the middle of the week. I just took the day off, and the next day I signed a client. It was like, what? This is literally, because here's the thing, like, are you taking days off? And then you're like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? Am I going to have enough money? Oh, I should really be working. Oh my gosh, like, here we go again. Like, but that's not a day off. That's just, you're not like at your computer or wherever you are doing work. If you're a massage therapist, that's just you not massaging, but your brain is getting zero rest, zero, which is probably why, if you're feeling like when you come back to work, which is probably why you're feeling not rested. And like, gosh, I could use another one of those, because that's not resting. Your beliefs, your habits, and your patterns are running the show and taking over. They're even interrupting you and robbing you of rest. So I hope, and like, what is that costing you? Now your business has got to feel like shit, because now this thing is driving you and you're exhausted. And how is that impacting your manifesting practice, right? Because now where's your energy level? Now where's your level of inspiration? Now where's that level of energy that you need to draw on to write the email? Where is that level? Like, where is it? Because I know I used to feel like that, and it was just coming from a pure place of push, and lots of peace today. And in that pure place of push, it didn't resonate. People wouldn't even respond to the email, let alone make a sale at all, or let alone be able to coach somebody. You couldn't even offer it for free when it's coming from that place of push. Yeah. Okay. Your beliefs, your habits, your patterns, your stories that are running on autopilot cannot wait. They cannot get pushed onto the back burner another moment, another day. They need to get uncovered now. And I have an amazing, fun, easy peasy way to just start lifting these beliefs. It's like taking a blanket off of yourself. It's like peeling back the onion, the layers. You start to feel lighter. You start to feel freer. You start to be more inspired. You start to, want to rest more. And, and through that rest comes, new possibilities and new opportunities. And you just start to shift the way that you believe you have to work. Like, I am just so super passionate about helping women, especially women, just be able to receive, like, your habits and patterns and beliefs are blocking you from receiving. You know, it's like, yes, like you can innately receive just as you are, which is the mantra, or the affirmation for this week. You are already are enough to just receive. And how many times do you hear that belief kick out, even when someone just wants to overtip you of like, oh, that's too much. Oh, I can't take that. Right? Like there's a belief that you're only worth a certain amount. And after that, it's too much. No, no. You're not too much. There's no amount that's too much for you to be able to receive. And so that might be another belief of like, what is that level of receiving that you allow for yourself? Is there a cap to it? Because if you're saying, oh, that's too much, you already paid me for this, or you already did this, this is it's all you can give me. There's a belief there. There's a belief there. And there's a worthiness. There's a worthiness there's a limit to the amount of worthiness that you feel worthy for. There's no limits in real life. There's no limits in real life. And that might sound unrealistic. Be unrealistic. Okay. If you want help with this, please reach out. Please reach out. This just cannot wait another moment, another day. These beliefs have got to go so that you can fully receive for who you are, because they are costing you big time. This just isn't something that can wait until a later day. All right, I see you, Nikki. Hello, my dear. How are you? Good morning. I hope this live helps you and that you receive so much from it. And just the awareness of, oh my goodness, there's that story. They're always there. They're always there. And we just get to work through them and be like, okay, thank you. I'm honoring where I am now. And reach out, direct message me, put your name in the comments below, and we can schedule a call to talk about how we can bust through these beliefs together, how you can identify them, lickety split, what's the next step after that, how to put in the new belief, and how to install that like a computer program of your life. Have the beliefs that have you driving be the operating system from which you operate internally and effectively and most efficiently, and so that you can fully receive, so that these ideas and inspirations come through and they're not muddled and blocked with bullshit where it's like, oh, it's going to take you so long. Oh, it's going to be this. Y'all, you have information, you have habits, or you have information, you have valuable tools, and you have knowledge and wisdom that needs to come out into this world. And I know and 100% fully believe that there is a force in this world that does not want you to be sharing your gifts, your tools, and your magic. And I believe that these habits, these patterns are the things that block us from sharing our magic. And that is the force that is driving. That is what I believe. So yes, like how else would you get someone how would you get someone to not do something? Right? Oh, that's a ridiculous idea. You're outlandish. No one's going to buy that. That's so silly. Don't waste your time. Right? Like we would never say that. But I'm just saying, like, if there's a person that like didn't want you to do something, what might be some of the things that they would say to you? And there's a few of the list. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Like, I just don't want to see you get hurt. Like, what if you get rejected? What if you're crushed? What if it doesn't work? Yeah, that voice doesn't want you to be sharing your message. It wants you to keep it bottled up inside. And that's another amazing way to know that is not you. That is not the you, your authentic you. That is the covered up part of you. And I am just a geek about helping. I'm like a nerdy ass geek about uncovering these beliefs, kicking them to the curb, and rewriting your new operating system. All right, everybody. Much love. Have an amazing day and happy Wednesday wisdom. All righty. Bye.